Let's play Hellforces and regret it. And this is my Russian retail copy I hacked the English localization into. We're playing on easy because Orion Games can't do gameplay balance. I'm leaving the loading screens. Bear in mind, this was originally released almost 12 years ago. Here we can see our hero, unstable frame rate, and the fact that this engine is able to draw mirrors. And if you think this is dark, wait till we get to gameplay.
Почему меня задержали? Что все это значит?
Позвольте представиться, мистер Гейст. Меня зовут Алан Драфт. Я представляю Интерпол. Я уверен, что вы согласны сотрудничать.
У меня нет другого выбора.
Особенно после того, что вы сделали. Расскажите, как это было?
Пожалуй, начну с того, что я расстался с Лин Бродман, моей подружкой.
Характерами не сошлись.
Тебе-то какое дело? Лин стала принимать наркотики. Я пытался ее остановить, но... В общем, ее жизнь медленно, но верно превращалась в постоянный кошмар. А заодно и моя катилась туда же. Когда я поставил ее перед выбором или наркота, или я, она...
Ясно, она выбрала не вас. Продолжайте, мистер Гейст.
Она сильно изменилась. Перестала следить за собой, стала закатывать мне истерики. Понимаете, я не мог уделять ей много времени. Эта работа...
Понимаю.
Уговоры ни к чему не привели. В конце концов, мы расстались.
И вы так просто оставили ее? А я-то считал вас человеком действия. Итак, я жду ваш рассказ. С самого начала.
Хорошо. Я помню, это началось осенью.
Ah, shit. I forgot to swap in English cutscene videos for the Russian ones.
Но в один чертов
But
момент...
guess what? There are only 2 videos in the entire game, and both are in the intro, so it's not a problem in the
О,
slightest.
какие мы сегодня
They're also the only
серьезные.
parts without any subtitles.
Деньги?
А не хочешь ли налить даме стаканчик?
Anyway, the gist of this is this guy's ex-girlfriend Junkie comes back to him for some money for one last hit.
Да помоги мне.
Так все же...
She doesn't exactly sound convincing, so the guy tells her to fuck off.
Ну, пожалуйста. Мне очень нужны деньги.
Тебе нужна доза, я ведь вижу.
Мне очень плохо.
Specifically, she tells her to beg some friend of hers named Huxley for money.
Денег на наркоту. Иди клянчить денег своему другу Хаксли.
Ваша подружка-наркоманка знала Алекса Хаксли?
Да, я несколько раз слышал от нее это имя. Не стоило мне так говорить. Совсем не стоило.
Хорошо, хорошо. Продолжим.
Нет, Стив, я ушла от него. От них. Это страшные люди.
Now she's saying she's scared and can't go to Huxley because his cult buys people's souls and takes
Как
them.
они кричат. Нет, я не вернусь к ним. Я решила завязать. Правда, правда. Черт возьми, это последнее.
Going by her voice acting, I'd say she's quite safe from that.
Они отберут у меня душу.
Господи, Лин, у тебя
This
уже
story has a very
мозги
predictable
оттуда
effect. Our
пиздели.
hero tells her to get the fuck out. So she does.
Теперь я вернусь к ним. Прощай. Вряд ли мы еще увидимся.
Она повернулась и пошла к выходу. Все произошло очень быстро.
Now he's
Я
moping
хотел
and feeling
броситься за ней,
grief.
но в тот момент я как будто онемел и лишь проводил ее взглядом. Я пару раз звонил Лин, но никто не
Then
поднял
he's
трубку.
watching TV and sees that some weird shit is happening near the
Потом
cult's
я увидел
HQ.
выпуск новостей.
Сегодня, недалеко от особняка
It's a pretty bold move to use an unfinished storyboard as a legit cutscene.
Находясь под воздействием наркотиков,
This is the last time we see this comic book style in the entire game.
степени тяжести доставлены в больницу.
Anyway, the cultists from the Church of the New Dawn are attacking people, but the cult denies all
По
involvement.
непроверенной информации, нападавшие принадлежат к церкви Нового Рассвета, возглавляемой Алексом Хаксли. Но тот поспешно опроверг это предположение.
И я решил съездить
And
к
so our
дому
hero
Алекса
springs into
Хаксли
action and heads
в
there.
надежде найти ее.
Почему вам пришла в голову эта идея?
Я понял, что виноват перед нею. Очень виноват.
By the way, this entire game is a flashback. So, how's your day going? Incidentally, all this is a custom-built engine, unfortunately.
Хороший вечер. Трущобы, ржавая труба. Что еще нужно для полного счастья?
Not playing Hellforces springs to mind. This is the last burning zombie in the game. And this is our first weapon. They all have primary and secondary fire modes.
Самое время для вечерней прогулки.
Hellforces sure knows how to paint a soundscape. Let's switch weapons. Yes, there will be many of them.
Ты мой.
I think the bullets are hitting below the aiming point. It's an engine feature. Just to put this in a historical context, Hellforces came out a few months after Doom 3 and the same month as Half-Life 2 and Halo 2. Remember that Scream sample? Oh right, the pistol also has a secondary fire mode. It's just like the normal fire mode, but better in every way. Nice, a knife. Our first bladed weapon. Let's stab some zombies. A dog will do. That's a police officer. Let's ask for help. Hey! I think by now we've seen every single zombie type in the game. The non-zombie faces are pretty good too. Oh, we haven't seen this one. That's gotta hurt. Come on, roll over. These mugs are adorable. Alright, this engine has ricochet. It's very, very annoying, and you'll see why in a second. Yes, your own bullets can hurt you, and they will do it a lot. Where do we go from here? Oh wait, jumping mechanics. Yes, Hellforces has that. This has to be shown. The normal jump is short, but you can double jump. To actually jump high, you have to double tap the jump button. If you don't know this, you can't beat the game. The green swirly highlights key items, mostly keys. We'll be seeing more specimens of this dead guy later. So, what is this key for? While I'm looking, I'm sure you've noticed the lack of music. It just doesn't play, ever. There are 20 tracks in the folder, but I've never heard a single one in the game. But tell me if this fits the mood of the current action. Oh, hi there. This is the way through. That was a very complex cutscene by this game's standards. I keep using the primary fire mode because the secondary is bound to pressing the mouse wheel. I could rebind, but the menu is awful and settings are reset every time the game crashes. Ooh, that's an artifact. Trinity. The Holy or... the Matrix reference. Night vision shades. Well, let's try them out. Clear as mud. But we get an enemy radar. In the corner, half covered by the icon. This gadget can be used infinitely, and it's the only item in the game to give you any low light vision ability. It is a missable item on the very first level. Bear that in mind as I progress through the game. You know how in some games it's impossible to jump off a downward slope because as you move forward the engine thinks you're not touching the ground? Hellforces is one of them. On the plus side, the quick load is instantaneous. We'll be seeing more platforming later. The meat cleaver is the best melee weapon in the game. It's quick and easy. You might have noticed the picture is dark. I can't do shit about it. See, the pre-game configuration tool has a gamma slider, but it has no effect. I could correct it in-game through the menu, except that going in and out of the menu can make the Hellforces freeze over. Yes, that was a good one. Worst case of hiccups. Hey, new gun. It uses the same ammo as the other pistol and has the same primary and secondary fire modes. So this gun is just like the other one, only it has a silencer and a much smaller magazine. I believe this is the way to go. Let's see how useful the silencer is. About as useful as a bullet made out of feces. We're actually very close to the end of this level. I can smell it. Watch this guy, he's funny. This one too. Post-mortem yoga is serious business. I think he likes it. Right, where do we go? We go down. Sewer level, here I come. But first I save, because level transition can make the game crash.
А мама ведь предупреждала меня. Не лазай по колодцам.
That was a reference to a mid-80s Soviet movie about Soviet Marines fighting Americans. Makes absolutely no sense here. They should have used a fairy tale line, "Don't drink from this well, you'll turn into a goat." You thought Hellforces was dark? You've seen nothing. Correction, you'll see nothing.
Вечер начался просто великолепно. Стою по колено в дерьме и не знаю, куда идти. Вот радость-то какая. Путешествие по говноводу. Всю жизнь мечтал.
I guess the character admitting the level is shit makes it all better. So here's a locked gate, we don't unlock it, we go around. Why is there a lower level to this sewer if this one is flooded? Oh shit, I forgot how much darker it gets. I'll let the meat cleaver shine. This level is the first to feature a new enemy type. Rats. They are annoying if you don't know how to handle them. And even if you do, they vanish when they jump. You might be thinking we're missing wall textures on this level. It's also black. They definitely took a page from the Doom 3 previews when they were putting this game together. Also Half-Life. In case you're wondering, the female zombies keep grunting, "You're mine." These combat sounds are something precious. The girl Zeds are more dangerous than male corpses. They're smarter and know how to sidestep. Fucking rats. Another artifact. Looks like someone's dentures. Guess where she came from? Yep, there are passages you will never see without this item you could miss on the first level. Stop nibbling at me. Oh hey. A baseball bat. You'll see it in action in the next update. No doors here. A door hidden in the dark is a trick this game is going to keep using well into the final levels. Now, which is the least crappy weapon on me right now? I know where I'm going because this is the third time I'm beating the game. You don't want to see a blind playthrough. And on that matter, see that blackness? Can't go in. Because there is a small step you have to jump. Yes, it's not you, it's that dark, I can't see shit either. Hellforces is a mess, probably because its development was a mess. When I was copying the English text files over to the Russian version, I took a peek in them. There is a texture list file, a long list of BMPs. At the end is a short section labeled unused, with 3 or 4 textures there. Right under them there is a single texture in a section labeled unknown. What is that texture? Is it in the game? Is it out? Nobody knows. In the dialogue subtitles file there is a note saying this line will make no sense in English. And and still they kept the direct translation. Oh, and in the file listing various engine functions, there is something called take screenshot as a cube map, and next to it is a comment. What's that? There will be other things we'll see later, but I've got an impression half the team had no idea what the other half were doing. I swear this is the last level where I use melee weapons extensively. That rat took off right into orbit. The dentures. Dracula's teeth. Okay. What do? They regenerate health, and can be used only 4 times in a playthrough. No refills. Hellforces is full of these artifact pop culture references. The Matrix, Dracula, Star Wars, Alice in Wonderland, Alien, Barbie, Harry Potter. I'm not actually going to find them all because I have no idea where they all are, and the later levels get way bigger and full of pointless dead ends leading to enemy spawns. Exploring is not fun. Have I mentioned there is no run button? Well, finally, this level takes us outside. I don't believe we'll ever return to the sewers. Hi.
Ага, свежий воздух, это радует. А вот с цветами не встречаю. Это минус, по-любому.
Our hero has a well-trained right arm, and that's why he's a chick magnet. This level is somewhat open in that it's split into several sections by gates, but there are several paths to those gates. I don't know where that dialogue is happening. Nice, a zombie-hating dog. It was wagging its tail as it was fighting them. Alrighty then, let's look for an exit. Ooh, we've got a new gun. It's the Magnum from Half-Life. Actually pretty good at this point in the game. Let's see if it's effective. Against living things. It's shit. Well, it does kill zombies in 1 or 2 hits, but these aren't zombies. Fucking finally. This not MP5 is the best gun in Hellforces. It uses the same ammo as the pistols, and I guess it deals about the same amount of damage per shot as them, only it's fully automatic and has a very low spread. Now I'll leave only 1 bullet in pistol clips and never touch either of them again. Yes, the MP5 is better than the Magnum. I'll hold the demonstration in the next update. Lucky. Now to business. The reloading time is also a factor. Many guns in Hellforces take fucking ages to change clips. Where are enemies when you need them? This is a very convenient weapon. Its secondary fire is a short burst, but I can do that with my trained shooter finger. By the way, guess what the secondary fire of the Magnum is? I'll show it in a few minutes, but make a guess now. Okay, guessed? Remember it. And now, Thriller. The AI is not taking the shrubbery well. Alright, look here. A fucking invisible staircase. Leads us to a health overcharge. It will now gradually drop back to 100. So, let's go. Just imagine I've got hiccups.
В другой жизни, дружище.
What? That's the police maintaining the perimeter, and they're not friendly. We've picked up a Barbie voodoo doll, an artifact I won't notice I have for another hour or so. Have you observed that enemies take a somewhat random number of hits to die? Haven't got the foggiest what the reason is, but it's very annoying in higher difficulty levels when you take more damage and have to be very precise with crowd control. I love this gun. There's nothing here. Can't even get their guns. They've deployed invisible walls. What's up with that zombie model that forces them to do splits? It's time for the revolver demonstration. Normal fire mode first. I'll just hold down the button and let her rip. And now it's time for the secondary fire mode. Hold your guesses ready. If your guess was the revolver fires negligibly faster, you are absolutely right and quite insane. Yes, that is a secondary fire mode. It shoots a bit quicker. I suppose they wanted it to fire real quick, gunfighter-like. But then they realized that speeding up the existing firing animation would turn it into a 6-stroke ranking motion. So they just sped it up a little. I'd appreciate if people could tell me how copyrighted the various photos are. Especially in the next room, it's kinda tits themed. Perhaps you'll recognize the models. One of these things is not like the others. Am I missing anything? Alright, the cross. That's the logo of the cult that guy is the leader of. Now I'll save, load the next level and end the recording. You have to keep the session short because every level transition is a potential freeze point.
Хаксли, я иду. Встречай.
Did you see how it stopped when I called the menu? Right, so next time we'll fight a boss, kill more people, and spoilers, it gets worse.